Alright, welcome to the playthrough of the Sniper Stalingrad 1942. I already set up the game in the previous video. I also copied some more dice. I'm gonna need them. I shuffled all the decks, everything is prepared, and we're gonna go through one round of the game, which consists of one day and one night. So during the day there is a day phase sequence which we need to resolve. This is the map of the Stalingrad. These are the German units and the Soviet units, red and black, and they gonna fight each other. There is a area control, basically game within a game, and once that settles down, our sniper will be able to do some actions of his own. So we start with the German activation. How it's done? It's quite simple. We're gonna draw 3 cards from this deck. Now why 3? Well, if you check right now, Germany is morale on 18, and this big number 3 means we're gonna draw 3 cards. So that's these big numbers in the boxes are how many activations Germans have depending on their morale, and how many activations Soviets gonna have later on depending on their morale. So Soviets needs to push morale up to have more activations, while I as a sniper needs to bring German morale down so they have less activations. So how it's done? We draw 1 by 1 card and resolve 1 by 1, and each card we resolve we put on the bottom of the deck. What we are resolving is the text in the red, and each of these is consisted of simple commands, and I'm going to explain every of these commands as we draw them. So you can see here it says sector E regroup. So if we check, this is the sector E. So what the regroup means is that any orthogonally adjacent unit adjacent to the sector E is going to move there. So this unit is going to move here, from here, this unit is going to move here, and from here this unit is going to move here. So only one unit moves. Okay, that's important to know. During regroup, only one unit moves into the sector where they need to regroup. Alright, so that's it. That's our first activation. It goes to the bottom of the deck. Our second activation is column G advance. So, and by the way, German activation means only German activate right now. So this is a column G. You can see there's a G there. So this is a column G. Advance means all the units in the column is gonna move one space forward toward the nearest headquarters. Well, this is the nearest headquarters, so these units gonna advance here. All right, and the last German activation is column E or A advance. So the same thing here. This is column A. They also gonna advance. So already you can see the Germans slowly pushing toward our headquarters, and one of the lose condition is if you lose 2 headquarters. Well, there are 3 here, as you can see. This little like icon with a star and HQ in it, that's a headquarters. So each of these sectors have a headquarters. Also, I'm going to explain these icons when we get to them. So that was German activation. After that we have a battle phase. Now, if there was any Soviets and Germans units in the same sector, we would do battle, and how that is resolved. Let's say this Soviet guy was actually here. Then we're gonna roll dice for each unit in the sector. So I already have these gray ones for the Germans. So I would roll 1 die for each German unit there, and 1 die for each Soviet. So it would be something like this. You would roll dice, and what you're looking is 5 or 6. Any 5 or 6 is the casualties. This happens simultaneously. So let's see. Nothing happens basically. But let's say Germans have a 5 and Soviets have a 6. In this case, 1 German would kill 1 Soviet unit, and 1 Soviet unit would kill 1 German unit, and that will be resolved. And then depending who is left in the sector, that sector changes either into Soviets. So if there was only Soviet troops there, sector will become the Soviet ones, but it's still like if it's only Germans, It's Germans. Also, if there was something like more Germans than Soviets, then it stays basically German. But if there was more Soviets than German, we would actually flip this also. So there is area control going on here. And when you have the same number, it stays as it is. It doesn't change. It's but there wasn't any battles during this day, so just skip that. So after the battle phase, we have a player's action. So this is where our sniper can activate. We are here, and what are the actions we can do? So in this game, to use actions, you have to spend supplies. These are the supplies. I have 3 of them, and each supply spent is going to give me 2 action. So I'm going to spend 1 supply, and I'm going to do 2 actions. These actions are, you can move from one sector to another, but only orthogonally. There is no diagonal movement. So right now I can move here in this sector with Germany if I want to, or maybe move here. Right. Another action you can use, you can shoot. So from this spot I can shoot any unit on the map because I have a sniper rifle. Now you see how that works when I actually use the shooting option, but let's say that you really want to shoot either in your sector or one sector away, and because the distance really affects your shots and rolls, and you'll see how that works. So I can shoot, I can also command, I can command any Soviet unit in my space, and I can move it like I would move myself, so like either here, or actually push them forward. Or I can try to call for backup. Now this action call for backup can only be used on the headquarters. Okay, so in this case, in this headquarters, how you call for backup, I would roll 1 die, and if I get 5 or 6, I would spawn 1 Soviet unit there. Because, you know, it's easier to command than get reinforcements on the map. Also, I can rest, but rest can be done only on the spaces with this symbol, with this little like hospital. And by resting, I spend 1 supply and I heal 1 wound. I mean, heal my health by 1. So, as you can see, it's not really easy to rest. There are also these icons with supplies and these icons with ammo. So ammo and supplies icons. They come into effect during the resupply phase. So I need to be on this spot, and during the resupply phase I can actually get additional supplies or ammo. Also rolling 1 die and trying to get 5 or 6. The rest of the icon I'm going to explain, they're actually connected to sniping. And that's all the actions you can do. Move, command, call for backup, rest, and shoot. Basically 5 actions, right? Move, command, call, no, 4 actions, yeah. And rest, yeah. So let's see what I want to do. So my first action will be, I'm going to try to call for backup here, because as you can see, lots of German, and if they push forward, there's going to be fight, and they're going to roll 4 dice. Here I only have 1 unit, so they're going to roll only 1 dice. They're going to probably die. So I'm going to call for backup. And by the way, you can do the same action multiple times. So I need a 5 or 6. Alright, 5. Right. Get 1 Soviet unit here. My second action will be... well, I forgot 1 action I can also do. It is called reconnaissance. Yeah, I forgot about that. So how the reconnaissance work? In any adjacent, or again orthogonally adjacent space, I can check what kind of enemy units are there, what kind of targets are there, and then I can choose to shoot them or not. So you can actually see that in this space there are 4 targets. So I'm gonna do reconnaissance as my second action. So let's do that. How it's done is like this. This deck here has events and targets. Right now we only need targets. So what you do is you discard any event and you draw any targets. So right now, and you draw the number of targets depending on the number of units. So let's see. Target number 1 is the German officer. Alright. Target number 2 is the grenadier. Discard this. Target number 4. Number 3 is elite sniper. And target number 4 is another elite sniper. So these are the targets that are right now in this space here. So that was my 2 actions. Now I can stop using my actions anytime I want, but if I stop right now, if I choose not to shoot these targets, they all gonna be discarded into the pile. And I don't want to do that, because the only way to lower the morale of Germans, and by the way, that's your mission, you have to lower morale all the way down to 1. When this general is gonna appear, he's gonna be shuffled into the deck, and then if you kill the general, you win the game. Another way to win the game, if the Soviets manage to capture all the German command posts, these with the little like eagles, you can see. They also have 3 command posts. So I probably want to shoot now. So how it's done? Again, I need to spend rations to get 2 actions. So 1 rations for 2 actions. So this would go from 2 to 1. And I think I'm gonna shoot 2 times. And I'm gonna shoot from this space here to this space here. And you'll see why. Because every time I manage to kill a target, I can retreat one of the German units back toward their command posts. So let's say I kill the officer, I can take one of these and place it back. I can't remove them completely from the map. That's the only the Soviet units can do, because this is not like only 1 unit. It's like I mean, it's not only 1 man. It's like the squad of people. And from that squad right now, I'm seeing 1 German officer I can kill. So yeah, my first action will be to shoot. And let me actually check. I probably want to shoot this German officer. And I'll explain why. Because if I manage to kill him, the morale of the German troops is going to go -3. Now, here's the problem though. And this is where these icons of the sector come into play. So German officer has a strength of 5, a little number of the shield, and attack of 2. He also have this little icon here that represents the fortified position, which means he is in the fortified position if it's available on his sector, and it's actually available. So he is right now in the fortified position, he's hidden. That means that it gives him +2 to his strength. So right now his strength is 7 instead of 5. Another thing is, the more targets are away from you, they get more strength. So, and when you counting the distance, you counting any card that is away from your current location. So right now there's only 1 card, so that's gonna give him another +1 to strength. So he has 2 from fortified position, 1 from distance, so that's 3. So his strength is now 8. So to be able to kill this German officer, I need to roll 8 or more on 2 dice. Alright, during my shooting action. Now, before I choose to shoot, I can do some stuff. I can spend 1 ammo to gain a focus die, so that's additional die to roll, so it's going to be easier to get 8 on 3 dice. But I have to do that before I actually shoot. Another thing I can do, if I don't want to focus, I can spend 1 ammo after I shoot to reroll. But I have to choose. Either I'm going to go with the focus, not getting the reroll later, or I'm not going to focus and try a reroll. So that's one thing you have to decide immediately before you shoot. Right now I'm thinking I'm going to focus, so I'm going to spend 1 ammo, and I'm gonna get a focus die. That's gonna happen right away. Before I roll for shooting, though, I have to check where the target is. So this deck here is basically showing you like what the target is doing, where it's in its surrounding. Is it moving? Is it partial? Is it hidden? Is it exposed? Or did I just lost the target trying to get it in my sight? So how this work? You can see this icon here. Connect to this icon here on the sector. So for each of these icons, that's how many cards I draw. Now, if you have only one icon, like here and here and here, that means you're going to draw one card, and that's going to be the status of the target. It's going to give you some plus or minus modifiers to your dice roll. That's how it's going to work. But if you have more than one of these icons, you draw two cards and then decide which one you're going to use. So shooting here or here is much better than shooting here where there is only one. But still, I have to draw one of these cards. So let's see what's the condition of the target. And it is day, so we're looking the top portion of the card. Target lost, you have failed. So that just happened. I was looking for the German officer, I lost the sight on him, and he's gone. And what's worse, I spent 1 ammo to get the focus die. It's just wasted. Alright, well, at least we discarded that bad card, so the rest of the cards should be a bit better. Okay. Well, I'm gonna spend the second action to try to shoot someone else. Let's see. So I can go and try one of these elite snipers. If I kill one of them, morale is gonna go down by 2, and then I can get additional supply or ammo, depending if I roll 4, 5, or 6. So I'm guessing my second action will be shooting one of these elite snipers. But this time, let's see. He has this little icon, which means he's in the rubble. But this is fortified position. There is no rubble here, so he doesn't get. Rubble gives him +1 to his strength, so he's only 6. But the distance gonna give him +1, so he's 7. All right. So he's 7. I think I'm gonna spend another ammo. Go down to 1 to get the focus die. And now again, let's check where he is. Target obscured. I have -2 to my shot. Alright. So, as long as you don't get one of these cards that you have failed, you have one option right now. You can choose to shoot and roll a dice with this modifier, or you can wait. Wait meaning you can draw another card from this deck and then either use it, I mean shoot at the target, or maybe even push your luck even further. So this here deck is like pushing your luck to get a better modifier. So now I'm thinking, I do have a 3 dice. I need to get 7 or more on them. Actually, not 7 or more. I have a -2 to my roll, so I need a 9 or more on 3 dice. I think I'm gonna push my luck a bit further. So I'm gonna wait, which means I'm gonna draw additional card. Alright, this is actually better. Target is moving, only -1 to shot. Okay, I'm gonna take the shot. So, pulling all 3 dice. Need 8 or more because I have a -1. Bam, that's more than enough. He's dead. Now, if I missed a target, the target retaliates, which means he rolls 4 dice for his attack. But this guy also have this little text. It says retaliate, elite sniper gains +2. So he would roll 6 dice, and each 5 or 6 is a wound. Basically, you lose a health. So he could actually kill you. They also can shoot at you if you fail alert test when entering the space with the enemy units. That's why we have these alert. You'll see how that works. Anyway, one more thing. as I was shooting, we look at the top card of the discard pile, and what we're looking here is this top ribbon. Sometimes it has text like this: sound suppressed by artillery fire, but this one wasn't. Okay, it's empty. I was actually taking the shot without, waiting for artillery so they doesn't actually hear the shot, which means my shot is heard, so my alert's gonna go from 1 to 2. Still, I kill the target, it goes to the discard pile. German morale goes down by 2 to 16. One of these unit retreats, and I also have this, roll a d6 on 4, 5, or 6, gain 1 ammo or supply. Come on, 4, 5, or 6. No, I don't get any ammo and supply. Alright, now I can continue using all my supplies, so I can remove this dice completely. Okay, you can actually go to 0 supplies, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna end my actions here, and we're gonna discard these 2 targets to the discard pile. So that was my player's actions. Now we check, do we have the event? That's the second thing in the day phase. How it happens: you look at the top card of the discard pile, it actually says a target. If there was an event on top, we would actually resolve it, but there will not be any event. Last thing on the day phase is resupply, and this is how it works. You roll 2d6, and their difference is how many supply or ammo you receive. You divide that as best as you want. So like if I get a 4, I can get 2. If I get a 3, I can do maybe 2 supplies, 1 ammo. If I roll any doubles, I receive 2 supply and 2 ammo. So let's see. Resupply. Oops. Oh, that's perfect. This was a 2. I got a 6 and a 1. So difference is 5. So I'm gonna take 3 supplies and only 1 ammo. And then, since I'm standing on a space that could actually give me additional supply, I'm gonna roll 1 die. If I get a 5 or 6, I get another supply, so this will go to 5. Maybe I should went for more ammo, but okay, we'll see. Ooh, gonna have lots of action during the night. And that's it. That's the day phase. By the way, during a day, I have -1 to each alert test. So when I'm testing alert, we'll see how that works probably during the night. We flip to the night phase, and when we finish this phase, that concludes 1 round. Alright, so night phase, we have a Soviet activation. So same thing like with the German, but this time only Soviet units gonna activate. We check where our morale. It's on 6, but we only have 2 activations. So Soviet's gonna activate twice. So same thing, you resolve the card and put it on the bottom of the deck. Column A, reinforce 1. Okay, so this is column A. So this here, they're gonna get 1 reinforcement. 1 Soviet unit reinforces there, goes to the bottom of the deck. Then sector F, retreat, but no one is actually in sector F. If there was Soviet units here, they would retreat back to the headquarters. So nothing happens. Okay, so that's a Soviet activation. Then we check the battle phase. Is there any Soviet units on the same sector with the German? No, so there will be no battle. And last thing is player's actions. So again, I can do some actions. And it's a night. Alert test. During night you have +1 to each alert test. Also, during night there is a special action I can do. I can lower alert. I can spend a supply to lower alert by 1, and if I'm in the Soviet held location without German troops, I can actually lower alert by 2. It's like you keeping low, eating your rations and just hiding in the building, and then your alert to your presence on the battlefield, they just forget where you are. I mean Germans. Alright, so let me show you what I'm going to do. I have a plan. I'm thinking to move here during the night and shoot at these Germans from the same sector, so they would not have any bonus, at least for the distance. So I'm gonna spend one ration and get 2 actions. So my first action, I'm thinking I wanna maybe get another Soviet units here. Let me plan this. If I move, then try to get the Soviet units, then I will have to move twice. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna move here, try to get the reinforcements. As you know, I need a 5 or 6. Oh, nice. A Soviet unit here. So that was 2 actions. I'm gonna spend another ration. I'm gonna move 1, 2. The moment you move inside a sector that has German enemy units, you need to test your alert. And this is how it works. My alert is 2 plus any German unit. So my alert is right now 5. And how you do that? You roll 2 dice. And if I get anything lower than 5, each of these units gonna shoot at me. Okay. But if I get equal or higher, they're not gonna know that I have even entered that sector. Alright, so I need 5 or more. Oh, snake eyes. Now I do have a +1, so this is like this is like 3, but they actually noticed me when I tried to enter the sector, so they're gonna shoot. How that happens is you roll 1 die for each German unit, just like a battle, and each 5 or 6 is gonna be a wound for me. So right now, if I get like 3, 5, or 6, I only have 5 health, I can actually die. So this is... I was actually hoping I'm gonna pass my alert roll. Okay, this is only 1. So they shoot and I take 1 wound. So from 3 I go to 2. Alright. Okay, and also because they notice me, alert status goes from 2 to 3. Damn. But now I can do some actions, and I'm planning to shoot some Germans. Now I can do reconnaissance again, and right now because I'm standing here, I can do reconnaissance here, 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 or here. Now reconnaissance is I'm gonna draw only targets, discard any events to see which targets I have, or I can just blindly shoot on first target without any reconnaissance. I can just draw a first target and I have to shoot it basically. Reconnaissance just gives you options to choose your target, but straight shooting is not. Like first thing that comes out, I'm gonna try to kill it. So let's actually not do. I'm gonna spend one more ration, so I get 2 more actions, and I'm just gonna blindly shoot. Basically, I'm gonna draw my first. So any event is discarded. And the first target I draw, I have to shoot at. Oh, it's a lone soldier. Alright, let me check something. Again, I don't have a artillery that can, you know, suppress the sound, so my alert's gonna go to 4 once I kill this lone soldier. So the problem with shooting without reconnaissance is, well, you have to take the shot. All right, let's try. So right now he's strength 3. He's in some rubble, so doesn't have any pluses. He's just 3 strength. So I'm just gonna use 2 dice. I need 3 or more. Now we need to check the status of the target again. Drawing 1 card from here. Oh, target lost. So I was looking through the binoculars, but he moves away and nope. Okay, I'm gonna spend second action to get another target. Ooh, squad leader. Well, this is much better. Morale goes down by 2. Here's the thing. He's actually in the fortified space. So his strength is 7 because fortified space give you +2. but I think I can take him. I'm gonna spend one ammo to gain a focus die just to be sure, and let's see where the status. And by the way, I'm looking at the night part because it's night. Oh, target is moving, -2 to shoot. So again, I can wait and draw a better card, but I made this game so I know that during night it's actually really harder to get a target. I think this is the best I can do because there is also another one where I just lost the sight of the target, so I'm not gonna push it anymore. So it's gonna be -2 to my shot. So he's 7, I need 9 or more on these 3 dice. Alright, let's hope it's gonna be a kill. And the good news is, before I roll, the top card now is that of the lone soldier, and there is a sound suppressed by artillery, so my alert will not go up even if I missed a shot. But I don't want to miss the shot, and you will see why. Alright, so 9 or more. Oh, that's more enough, so he's dead. I killed the squad leader. So morale's gonna go down by 2. 14. Retreats 1 German unit from the target sector. So normally 1 retreats, but because of this I also can retreat another one. So I just cleared this sector of the enemy units. Only 1 left there. I would say that's a good night job. Alright, and I'm gonna stop here. Now I can continue using all my rations, but I'm gonna stop here. I need to save some for the day, because as you know, a resupply happens later on during the day. Although although I'm on a space where I can actually get a ration if I get a 5 or 6, so let's do that. Come on. No. Okay. Last thing is the event, so we check the top card. No, it's a target, so no event for the night. And then you flip back to day, and that's 1 round of the sniper Stalingrad. Right now there was a regroup in sector E. They maybe wanted to push. I went there, killed the squad leader, and they just decided to go back a little to their command post. So yeah, as you can see, that's how the game works. Now I need to explain one more thing. Anytime you need to draw cards from this deck and you can't, you just reshuffle this deck basically. This deck here, when it reshuffles, Germans get the morale back, so you need to watch for that. And you only have 1 reshuffle, so basically I need to push their morale all the way to 1 before I need to reshuffle this deck again. Now it only has 24 cards, and you can actually see how you can lose lots of cards looking for targets, and maybe some events will happen. Alright, see you in the next video then. So far so good. We'll see how it's gonna be later on. In any case, thanks for watching. This was a Sniper Stalingrad 1942, and if you like the games I make, please subscribe. It's gonna help the channel. See you next time.